The show itself was stirring up controversy all over America. Many women's groups were denouncing the show, saying it exploited women.
They talked about Charlie's Angels being sexually exploited. We really weren't. We were these independent women who always set out and accomplished our feat, so to speak. I mean, we always got the bad guy. So I frankly think they should have applauded that it was three girls as leads in a show. And not concentrated so much that every now and then we were in a bikini. We really weren't. We were really, you know, in a bikini at the beach. I never felt exploited. I felt it was mild.
Before Charlie's Angels, the roles for women on television were wives, nurses, secretaries. I mean, very limited views of what a woman does and what a woman is and how a woman is portrayed. And in a really strange way, I think it gave little girls the idea that they could be powerful, that they could get the bad guy. And when you look at what the shows are now, from Baywatch on, the inherent, obvious sexuality of the show. Well, you look at Charlie's Angels, it was like, hello, milk and cookies? Do you guys want cookies? Okay, great. You okay, Kelly? You okay, Bree? I mean, that was our dialogue. Please.
Has the movement, the women's movement, objected or made any kind of fuss about three women taking offers from a man?
Not recently. No, at first they did. I think now everybody really realizes that what has happened is three actresses have scored an hour of primetime television. And that's really what's happening. You know, I mean, yeah. There are two levels. I mean, you can look at it on the two different levels. And the real life level is that three actresses are carrying a primetime show that's been _1 for I can't tell you how many weeks now.
Feminists likened Charlie's Angels to a pimp and his girls.
We got flack from the more stringent women's livers for being a jiggle show. And I thought that they were overlooking the fact that we were three women who were calling the shots on a network television show in prime time that was the highest rated show on and seen all over the world.
We got a lot of women, particularly, writing letters to us saying, we're so glad that you're doing this show because it's empowering our daughters to feel like they don't just have to be school teachers and nurses and housewives. And not that there's anything wrong with any of those professions, but women, the view of women used to be very narrow and what was acceptable for women to be and those careers that were acceptable. We changed all that.
This is a tough one, Angels. Doubt if I could do it myself, even if I wanted to. Needs the feminine touch.
I think when they said, oh, you're exploited and you're this, it was all silly because we really weren't, you know? I mean, if you look at what's on the air today, it was so mild.
Women were so often portrayed in film and television as being very competitive with each other. They were always fighting for the guy. And we were three women who fought for each other and fought hard for doing the right thing.
I'm usually really proud of the young women who come up and say they used to play Charlie's Angels and they always wanted to be me. Usually it's not the slugs of the world, you know. Usually it's the young women that I think, good, that's all right, that makes me happy.
Sight of three gorgeous angels, sometimes scantily clad, had its detractors. Critics coined a phrase to describe the show, Jiggle TV.
Coffee break. Excuse me.
I hate the term jiggle TV. When a man is in a tight bathing suit, do they say anything about jiggle trunks or anything?
Thanks for that.
The term jiggle TV said that in point of fact, people were tuning in just to watch women's bodies bumping up and down, and that in fact the three very talented women that we were seeing on screen were nothing but the sum of their body parts.
Charlie's Angels also drew fire from feminists and social conservatives.
Charlie's Angels, dressed in bikinis, tight T-shirts, and form-fitting blue jeans, will be still chasing crooks and conmen across television screens next season, but without the help of Sears.
The Mississippi-based National Federation for Decency says Sears is the third largest sponsor of sexually offensive television shows.
People would say it's almost pornography. If you look at those shows, you say that was almost pornography. Please.
Many feminists claim the show exploited women.
I do think they missed big picture, because he was a show when women were in the lead. It was a breakout time for women, and these three women accomplished that.
All of the feminist nags in the world are never going to make that particular phenomenon go away.
The more heat the show took from critics, the more viewers it attracted.
What hurt the most was feminists criticized it. I don't understand. I mean, we're doing the wrong thing by having the only three women leading in an action-adventure series. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're talking about.
I thought we were paving the way for women to, you know, have a voice in television and to be playing something other than, you know, a nurse or a wife.
As far as the producers were concerned, the critics were missing the point.
We did want to make a statement that said women could be beautiful and smart and strong and lovable. They could be everything. We didn't set out to change the world. What we had in mind was a 33 share, basically. That's what we had in mind.